Hello and welcome back to Conversations with Sharyn and Rosa. I'm Rosa.
And I'm still Sharyn. Hold on. What your name is?
You know what?
Her name Rosa.
We gave Sharyn one song and she just running with it. But welcome back to our channel today. And before we get into today's topic, I just want to say, if you're new to the channel, please like, subscribe, and share our videos to those who think you would enjoy it as much as you are. I appreciate you to the fullest. Well, Sharyn and I appreciate you.
I do too. Yeah.
She kind of does.
Yeah, me is a part of we. Again, we're very silly today for some reason.
Anyway, and if you are not new, welcome back. Yeah. Gosh, I felt like that was hard this morning.
I don't know. It's the orange juice, isn't it? She's been drinking too much orange juice.
I'm drinking some OJ, y'all. So we're just going to recap before we even get into today's topic and do the shout outs. I just want to recap a little bit of last week's video where we did Are You a Side Piece?
Yeah, that was the title. Yeah, Are You a Side Piece, a side chick?
A side chick, right, exactly.
Yeah.
So outside of just people putting comments on our site, we got some emails too.
Ooh, baby.
Some text messages and some phone calls. So that was a hot one.
We must have pushed a little sensitive place.
But we do appreciate all you all who
take the time,
sent in a comment and just to let us know. Because sometimes, just telling your stuff is hard too. So, and just admitting it. Like admitting that you were a side piece is hard. Like to me, I feel like it's very hard.
Yeah. Well, it wouldn't be for me, but we're in two different places, and that's okay. But people taking the time, one, to be that honest and share it with someone else. I mean, because admitting it to yourself and living with it, of course, that's your life. But when you take the time and put some word down, like you know what, y'all reminded me when I was blah 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 blah, and there's no shame in it. It was just like you're just living your truth and sharing it with someone else.
Absolutely.
And you'd be surprised how many connections you can make that way. So the stories were very, very interesting, and
very much so.
I'm gonna leave it there.
But we just thank you all, and we just say keep them coming, keep the comments coming. So before we get into today's shout outs, you have any announcements? Because I do.
Well, then, okay. Well, I'll go first. No, and in fact, we had just made a decision about this, and that is that people have already been asking us. We know Pride is coming up, and for
in July
of 2023. Last year we had a wonderful time putting together a little brunch. Not so little. I think it was about 50, 60 people here, but a brunch, and it was for that Sunday.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Not
the last day of the Pride.
Last day of Pride. We're going to have. Oh my God! What is that date?
Ooh, July sometimes.
24. Yeah.
We'll put it on
Pride Sunday. How about that? Give me there. Pride Sunday. We're going to have a hopefully, God willing, we'll have another brunch.
And we were really trying to keep the numbers down last year. It just kind of grew a little bit more than what we expected. But
and it's okay. Yeah, because everybody was wonderful.
Everybody
was wonderful. It was cool. We had a good time. And if the crowd gets bigger.
Had a DJ, dancing, laughing, just some good food.
Yes, and it was a cost. And we try so hard to keep things minimal, so it doesn't hurt you. Because, people, they got to fly out into town or drive here, whatever, spent crazy money all weekend long. So we still charging $10 a head.
But we don't want to hurt you, but we don't want to hurt us either.
Right, so right. You get a good meal. You get drinks, you get great music by a wonderful DJ. I hope we can get her again this year. And so if you're in San Diego for Pride, come on by Sharyn and Rosa's, because we are doing a Pride brunch on Pride Sunday.
And more to come when we
get
narrow
closer
down the details.
Yeah.
And my announcement is, and I'm going to roll it right into our shout out, because we want to thank 2 of our subscribers for the t-shirts that we are wearing today.
T-shirts.
I'm not quite sure what they were thinking when they bought mine, but I got some suggestions as to what they were thinking.
And then mine, just in case the letters are coming on backwards.
No, I think it's going to be correct.
Okay, the name is
Bull dagger.
Bull dagger.
Yeah.
But it said affectionately, so I received it in the spirit in which it was offered. And we've had so many conversations.
Our conversations about back in the day. That's what you all were called,
bull
and whatever.
daggers.
So our subscribers really, tune in and listen to our shows, and we thank them so much, Cherie and Marnay. So we're going to give them a shout out today. Thank you for the shirts. We appreciate you. And our next shout out goes to Imani S. We appreciate you and your comments and for being a subscriber to Conversations with Sharyn and Rosa. And last but not least is R. Riddick. We appreciate your comments. We appreciate you. So thank you.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
You were out already.
Are you ready? Yep. So we're gonna do a little differently this week. I was gonna say this year, but we are kind of doing it different this year.
You're doing what differently?
The show. It's not like our average. It's a conversation, but we went back and looked at a lot of our most responded to episodes of Conversations with Sharyn and Rosa, and
before you go further, we've done how many episodes? We got over 125 videos. Conversation.
I'm thinking 150.
Okay, well we're edging toward 150 conversations,
right.
So that's a lot of talking.
Yeah,
but we did look at the most popular
ones that had the most
responses.
Yeah.
Triggered you guys. And it doesn't mean, all things aren't for everyone. Mm-hmm. So sometimes you'll just have a conversation like, oh, wow, they must have been talking to me, blah, 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 blah. And then some of them, it touches so many people different ways. And when we get the response back, when you got over 1,000 people, 1.3 thousand people saying, got a response to a topic that we went. So it must be real, because, everybody's busy these days, you know what I mean? So for a person to take the time to write you, to make a comment to your presentation, to your video, it says a lot. So tell me some of the top rated videos we have done in the last year.
Well, first of all, y'all all about sex. That's number one. Because those were like the top ones, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But, not sex as in sex,
no.
But just those juicy kind of ones.
Well, sex and relations and that is what we are grown folks doing grown folk things.
Right.
So we appreciate you that.
But wasn't our top one like dating older, dating younger?
Yeah.
Like that was like the top one. And I know a lot of people are in our similar situation
and age group.
The age gap is. So that's been a lot of response for that too, and people are still like sending us information from that, and we did that probably within our first year.
Oh, sure, more or less the first 6 months.
I know a lot of people who are now coming out or just finding our channel, are looking at the video.
Right. As we stated before, we are definitely talking to the inhabitants of lesbian land and far beyond. So whether straight, gay, trans, in, out, up, down, whoever you are, and wherever you're at on the continuum, you're human, and we're just looking for love and trying to find the right person to love us back. For most of us. So with that, when we get such an overwhelming response on something, we really, really do look at it. So you were saying that it was a lot of response about
dating older,
dating older, and starting with ourselves first. Yes, we do have a age difference, and y'all know it. We done said it 100 times. We are more than 15 years apart, a different generation even. So with that, there's been some wrinkles. There's been some wrinkles, and there's been some things. When I say wrinkle, but it's just because of, again, the different perspectives, and I have to stop and listen to her. She listens to me, and sometimes she scratches her head, and sometimes I just hold my head and my heart. I'm just trying to understand, Lord, as an older lesbian, I'm just trying to live this life. So, but yes, but yes, it's 17 years difference. And with that, like I said, of course, we have different perspectives. And sometimes it really rears its head to some as it bleeds over into different parts of our relationship. And we're no different than anyone else. You know what I mean? Some stuff is very easy, and some stuff we just like, Lord, I need to get on both knees for this one. Both knees and stay for a while, So any event, so that was very, very important to you guys, or definitely hit home with a lot of you who view the show, dealing with the age difference. And we have a couple friends, couples that are dealing with the same thing. They just deal with the same thing differently.
Right.
Because nobody, me and Rosa is me and Rosa. I don't think we got all the right answers, but sometimes we surely ask the right questions. Right. So another one that was, if you don't mind, another one that was really, really high on the chart was, especially with so many women out there, like I say, still searching or just being still and hoping she finds you as well, is how do you know that she's the one?
Yeah.
How do you know it's the right one? Yeah. And I'm talking to people who've been out there for a while, and this ain't your first day on earth and your first relationship, or you just found out 14 hours ago that you're gay. No, I'm talking about people we've been out there in the trenches. Right. And
sometimes people just don't ever know.
Right. Thank you. Excellent answer.
Yeah. I mean, no matter if you came out younger or older or whatever, it's like sometimes you just don't know.
Okay, yeah.
You just don't. And it's okay not to.
Right. But you do need to find out, or as close as possible. And I always say, I have so many Sharonisms, but we all, you buy your ticket and you take your chances.
Yeah.
You don't know till you know. Making it very personal, did I know, how did I know that it was Rosa? And I have a huge belief system. And, so you're dealing with your history, your experiences, your heart, common sense, what your mind telling you, what you feel, all of that goes into the same bucket.
Yes.
I meet this woman. She was, wonderful, loving, kind, honest. As I told her, that she was 11 of the 10 things I was looking for. Before Rosa and I got married, and I told her very honestly that I'm betting the farm on this relationship. That is just how much I was sure of what I was seeing. I was what I was needing, what I was seeing, what was turning me on. I did think there might be a couple little wrinkles, but no relationship is wrinkle free.
Yeah.
And as I've told you 1,000 times, yes, I'm older. I'm 67.5 now. I've never had children, and the wrinkle for me would be not that children would be the wrinkle. It's just the fact that marrying a woman who has 2 younger children, because at my age, I mean, dating in my pool. I was thinking like, well, okay, if you got kids, surely they're grown, gone, and on the other side of the world. Okay, at least in Georgia. Okay, but no, Rosa didn't have children until she was 30. So, now I immediately walk into the relationship with her and the kids who were like 9 and 12, respectively. So yes,
who are 20 and 16 right now.
Right. So a friend of mine told me, she said, "Don't worry, Sharyn. They do grow up. They do get older." And I'm saying, "But when do they leave the house?" But I didn't say that, but I was feeling it. So because it was new to me.
Yeah.
It was very new to me, and we had some wrinkles. To answer that, it is such a deep, personal, important, dramatic thing to make that decision of like, hey, how do you know she's the one? I went with my belief system, and it was shouting yes.
Yeah.
It was shouting yes.
And I think I went more with the system of pros and cons for me. So, I mean, with even saying that, Sharyn and I went 2 separate ways to come up with the same answer, to say she's the one, she is the one. So yours may be different as well.
Yeah.
And like when I'm having a conversation with my daughter, I'm just like, date other people so that you'll know what it is you don't want, and that you do want. Because some things, everybody's different. So you'll kind of know what you can tolerate in someone, what you can't. Can y'all travel together? When you travel with people, what you're going to expect? All of that. So you just have to kind of go off of that.
You do.
I guess.
You do. But you only know what a person shares with you. Because we all have secrets or just things that we don't reveal. Those things like, oh, I didn't know. You don't know till you know.
Right.
Rosa and I were spending a lot of time together, but living in two different households. We were 40 miles apart. I was getting ready to retire. So a lot of things were coming at us at one time that we had to make decisions on. And we had done everything but lived with one another. Whew. All that, and the kids too. How close did we come to not making it, babe?
We came real close. But in that defense too, it was always mainly my kids and me, outside of me being married to their dad. So he was the only person I've ever lived with that I was in a relationship with. And then here comes Sharyn, I had a girlfriend prior to Sharyn who didn't live with me, but was there most
all
of the time.
Right.
You would have thought she lived with me. So
and you had dated several other women. Yeah, but just not live with.
I'm just talking about. So you were my first official person I've ever lived with that I was in a relationship with.
Ooh, so Lord.
Just with that alone, I was like, because I was kind of set in my ways a little bit, still kind of am.
Who isn't? who? And we found out, like, look. Who likes green? Who don't like yellow? Why is this blue? Why is everything blue?
Yeah, it was a lot. It was like, does Sharyn bring her furniture? Do I keep mine? Do we, get a new bedroom set? Do we, it was just 19 things to take
all at once. And of course, as she taught me, the kids come first. And when you have children in a relationship, simply they change the whole dynamic. And if you think it's a joke, it is not. So those of you out there who are dating and skating and you still got kids and you still want to find that one, when you do find someone even close to that someone, it don't matter. You got to rinse it through your children. Yeah. But are they good at co-parenting? What are their other values? Our children go to church every Sunday, hers doesn't. Or whatever the it may be.
Right.
And there's a lot of it's. And you don't really know unless, it wasn't like we had lived together 7 years and really knew each other, knew to the end. We hadn't. Right. We hadn't. And don't try this at home. But we did. We met and we got married within 6 months.
Yeah. And we only traveled once together before we got married.
Mm-hmm. So. And so, as I say, you do want to know the person. And you don't know till you know. But when your heart and everything else in the universe is shouting, yes, it's her. Mm-hmm. I had to do it.
Yeah.
I had to do it.
And some people do kind of just pick that way. Like, I've never had this feeling before. It's got to be her, So
Right. And if not her, who?
Exactly.
The girl at the post office? Come on, she's bisexual and just messing around. Okay, but so anyhow, let's talk about another. So that was many replies on that one.
Yes.
And try as we may, we try to answer them all. Mm-hmm. We don't succeed, but we come very close. Another one that was
how important is sex as you get older?
Woo! I think all of them came from me. No.
See, not the average 68-year-old.
I'm not 68 yet.
You're going to be 68 in June. You always rounding stuff up. Now when I'm rounded up, she going to be 68.
Well, I'll round you up before you.
Closer to 68 than you are 67. So.
Okay, and now the world really needed to know that. And how you doing?
Okay, so I'm just saying, she's not the average 68-year-old.
Well, what does that mean? What does that mean?
3/4.
Oh.
67 and 3/4.
Let's not forget the question, how important is sex as you get older? That was the question.
I'm not saying that you make it important, that it's at the top of your list, but it is in the top 3.
Top 5.
I'm saying the top 3.
Top 2.
Top 3 of your list. And it's just like, really? You know what I'm saying? I didn't expect all this extra. I ain't signed up for all of this. It's like I'm having sex every day.
No. How do you work it in? You work it in because it's important. If you eat every day, you take a shower every day, and you drive somewhere every day, I don't know why we can't fit, a good, it ain't got to be an hour, but that 20 minutes of power.
Takes me too long. 20 minutes is not.
Oh, Lord. So here we go. It depends on the person.
Yeah.
And I've always been, idle high. I'm a Gemini. I got more energy, or used to, had more energy than the average person. Sex, and it's not just sex, romance, connections, touching, loving, romancing, all that, But sometimes you just want that show enough. You could stop with the foreplay. Let's get, later for the appetizer. What's the main course? I'm still that person.
Too much.
I'm still that person. Her, not so much. And it's okay. So we worked it out. You know what I mean? Through our communications and everything. And, are you disappointed, or am I over expecting some things and underachieving some areas?
But I like the fact that from time to time, we check in with each other. Sharyn will say, on a scale of 1 to 10, where do you see our love life, or where do you see us, or whatever. Yeah. I mean, that's checking in, and that's kind of like, you'll know if you're on the same wavelength as your partner. Because if your partner says a 3, and you were thinking it was like a 7 or 8, then y'all have a discussion you need to talk about to see what you can fix and how y'all can come together, and maybe have a more productive sex life or other things.
Right. Because if it's not important to you and it's not that important to your partner, what the hell? Go to a baseball game. Right. I ain't that person.
You know what?
I ain't into baseball. Okay. So we were just surprised. I would say surprised at how much response we got from that particular episode. So interesting. Yeah. So, we get to know you guys a lot better. And I'm like, what did they say? Are they serious? Oh, I'm going to answer this one right now.
It seems like you all watch more when we are talking about our love life and sex life. Which is fine, because I don't mind spilling whatever we need to spill, especially if my story is going to help somebody. I'm always, I can be an open book. I can say that.
But I think me more so than you.
What?
An open book. Don't you think? No, I think you're a very honest person, period. But I think I'll say it. I'll hit the buzzer before you do.
Well, maybe.
You know what I'm saying?
Let me know. I feel like I'm more open, because I don't really care what people think or say.
You're more real. But see, here it is. And okay, we got to talk about that communication too. So, because that was pretty high up there. And I think we both are honest and open, but I think you'll take it to the basement before I will. I'm still worried about how to package it. Mm-hmm. You see what I'm saying? Because I'm going to put it out there, but I'm going to put it out in bite-sized pieces and everything. When Rosa was just, let's call it what it is. We don't need 15 minutes from you, Sharyn. Boom. She'll say it in 2 minutes, when I'm trying to be nice and, well, for the people in Arkansas who ain't ready for us. That's what I'm saying. So, but I do think we stand in our own personal truths. And could you agree with that? Mm-hmm. Okay. Another topic that.
Well, we might as well go into effective communication, because that was a big one when we were talking about the 5 love languages.
Yeah. Well, that was part of it. So many things. I mean, we can talk about communication every day and still have more to talk about tomorrow. But it was. We got a big response for that, because so many people, when you say, okay, well, if y'all don't make it as a couple, like, well, what broke y'all up? What was the rub? Where was the wrinkles? He doesn't communicate well to me. She don't talk. Or how about the one, I think I had thrown this in the pile too. You have a real honest conversation. Somebody gets angry at something and then don't talk for 8 days. I am not that. You're going to talk to me.
Oh, you was in that relationship though. So I don't even know why you was trying to go.
Well, it was a surprise. Like I said, you don't know till you know. Right?
Yeah, exactly. I don't know. I mean, I've never really, I've been in a relationship where 2 people not talking because you upset with each other. But you've been in a relationship where somebody is like, well, I'm not talking to you for 30 days.
What do you do with that?
Like, how you putting a time cap on it? So,
yeah. That's
so
crazy.
It's like the communication dies at some point because you're not talking. You're not even talking about why that person's gonna be mad at you for 15 days or whatever.
Right.
So.
And that's just crazy to me because I mean, don't get me wrong. Everything that come up don't have to come out. And then I always, as I say to my little lamb chop here, it's not what we say. It's
I know, and I'm trying to work on how we say it. But regarding,
can I explain a little bit more?
Yeah.
She's the Aries. I'm the Gemini. Do I need to say anything else?
That's explaining it.
Yeah, you're ruled by the planet of war. You're ruled by Mars. I mean, Rosa don't mind going to a fight. Not literally, not literally, but right. I mean, but she don't mind. You know what I mean? You ask her opinion. She got one.
I don't mind sticking up for the underdog at any time.
But you don't have to be an underdog to be, for you to want to stick up for him. You just want things to be fair. Yeah, you want things to be fair, and
that's true too.
I get that. So with that, we were talking about communications, and
can I say something about the 5 love languages
please,
we were talking about?
We're gonna get back.
Because even with that episode, a lot of people didn't even know about the 5 love languages, and some people were asking us, thanking us for letting them know about it. So I'm just glad that we were able to at least teach something.
Or just share something. Something that you come across, and it is important and it is real.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So, and what are the 5 love languages? I forget them myself sometime, but I know one really, really big is touch.
Yeah, physical touch. Affirmation is one of them.
Service. Giving good service. Making time for quality time.
Yeah, quality time.
And I'm missing one.
Gifts.
And giving gifts. Well, I think I'm good across the board, but then again, I'm the Gemini. Of course I'm wonderful. Of course I'm wonderful.
Yeah.
Seriously speaking, no, but I think Rosa and I won because we do know about them, and we do actively practice them, and we know what the other one is for the other. Okay, if that makes sense.
Right.
So with me, it is physical touch, and I love affirmations. Mm-hmm. You know how somebody can, you can do something wonderful for somebody every day of the month or a day of every week and something, and you never told me how you feel about it. Right. Or like I love when you come in the shower and you got a heated towel for me. And yes, I do come to the shower with a heated towel, and I know
all the time, but most
and she loves that, you know what I mean? But if you don't tell me you like that, love that, expect that, I'm just thinking, well, hell, she don't like the towels. She don't care if they, room temperature, you know what I mean? So I need to hear, like, oh, baby, that's sweet. That's all I need to keep me going. And I'm so easy, and I'm very trainable. Very trainable. All you need to do is tell me.
Well, you are easy, but
I am easy? You're gonna say that?
You're easy in a sense, whereas if I say, yes, sweetheart, I like that, or da-da-da, you will, take that to note or to heart and continue to do it.
Tomorrow morning you wake up, it's 10 of them there.
But at the same time, you like affirmations and you like for people to, say nice things to you on a daily basis. And sometimes, I don't have nothing nice to say to you. I'm just saying.
There is our problem. I love you, but I have nothing nice to say to you. Who says that?
You don't tell me I look cute in my pants today. I'm like, I might not think you look cute in your pants. Like, I'm just saying, she'll tell me, and that's just an example, but she'll
we got
say
problems,
stuff,
don't we?
She'll say stuff that I may not necessarily agree with. It's like, you can't tell me to say I got beautiful eyes if you don't think I got beautiful eyes. Like,
right. I got you.
I'm just saying.
You.
But
the stuff that is true.
I do tell you when I think something, compliments you or,
I think you've gotten better at it.
Yeah.
I don't think it's natural for you, but but I think you have read my cheat sheet, and and this is what makes her crawl up the tree. This is to get her every time. I don't ask for much. And
she says that, but she does. She does. But
wait a minute. Watch the person who says I'm easy and I don't ask for much.
If they gotta say that, then it's not true.
They ain't easy and they ask for too damn much.
Right. And that's the thing. And it's like, I don't, I love Sharyn, and, we have our own angst, but, every day for me to give that to an adult I think affirmations for me should be. I think affirmations for me should be helping a child, develop who they are, help them strong. Like, after you get to an adulthood, do you need that your hair look cute every day, or
no?
Your
you still need
put
it
on nice, or whatever it may be?
You don't stop needing it just because you 20, 30, 40, and that's what
and that's where I'm working on.
Right, where's the cutoff at?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because the same things you did to get me.
I'm just telling them how.
I'm not beating you down, but I'm just saying, I'm just talking to them as well. You know what I mean? It's like, I got her now, so I ain't got to tell her she look good. I ain't got to compliment her on her cooking.
But if I didn't do all that when we were dating, it's like,
But now it's later. You know me better. You know what my needs are.
You're right.
And if you don't know me, who does?
You're absolutely right, Bill.
And you've seen me at my worst.
Yes.
And as I say that, you know what I mean? We've had other challenges to come into the relationship, like everyone does. So when you say, how do you know she's the one? You don't really know till you know. Or like sometimes some people are only good for sunshine and beautiful days. When it rains, they are not around. Matter of fact, they don't want to hear shit about no moisture.
Right.
Okay. Because they will not be there for when it rains, all right? And you need to know what kind of person you have. But again, oftentimes you can surmise, you could hope, or I see some great traits there. Rosa knew that I was very responsible. She knew I enjoy working. Well, maybe not so much enjoy it, but I did work. I worked for 44 years, and I told her, when I met her, I said, I've been working for as long as you've been alive. And she like, yeah, that's a long time.
Yeah, that's true.
Right. So you want to move on to another one?
Yeah.
Oh, I love this one. Being gay ain't always easy. Because we were talking about coming out and when do you come out, and when's
but
a
a
good
lot
time?
of people woke us up on that one too when they were just saying how everybody can't come out. We get that, and depending on.
Oh, well, they got that from. Well, that's the stuff we got back from. You still in the closet because remember?
Right,
don't get them twisted, right? Because when
don't get them mixed up.
Right. Because because part of that is the fact like some people they're
but
not.
It's the same thing coming out being in the closet.
It's deeper. I mean. It's not for me to tell you when's the best time to come out because it's a personal journey. You will know or never know when it's time. Remember I gave you the example. The woman said if her mother came in the bedroom, saw her and a woman in the bed, she would still get up and say, "Mom, I'm not a lesbian." Well, then you're not living your own truth, and when you're not true to yourself, who else matters?
Yeah,
truly.
Yeah.
But when we're talking about the other subject, which was help me, I just lost it.
When's the best time to come out?
No, the other one that we just did.
Are you still in the closet?
Right, are you still in the closet? Yeah. I think some of it was misinterpreted, perhaps, by some of our viewers as though we were criticizing people who have not come out yet. Because we did do a part two, saying, you still in the closet? And some of us don't want to come out, will never come out. And, you got jobs, family, other people to be concerned about.
Different countries see it differently.
Different cultures. I mean, let's not forget, honey, everybody is not okay with being, with us being gay. We can go to our pride parades, and we're going to San Francisco and New York and Long Beach and Palm Springs. There are some countries that people will actually search for you and try to find you and kill you because we are different. Rosa and I personally, we try not to travel anywhere where there's extreme homophobia. We're not giving you our vacation money and you turn around and tell me death is too good for you. Right. You know what I mean? You're doing things against nature and God, and it's my job to kill you. Right. It's some stuff out there. So when we say you still in the closet, you know what I mean? Perhaps you are, or if you could come out and be out, why are you choosing not to?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But like I said, it's such a personal question, a very deep one, and every story is different.
Right, and you can simply just say, because I don't want to.
Right. I don't want to explain to Aunt Dory, that I've been living with the same roommate for 27 years. She's not your roommate.
Me, Aunt Dory probably no. But
yeah,
if you think you're fooling everybody, that's cool.
You're not. You're not gonna always say 57-year-old women usually don't need a roommate.
Right.
You needed one in college, maybe your first apartment. But at 57, you probably got your own rhythm and can pay your own rent. So the reason why the babe is there is because it's your babe.
Exactly.
You don't have to rearrange the house and like, oh, Aunt Doris is coming. Oh, put all your stuff over there like you're living in the back. But I don't live in the back. No, you do. You live in the back.
Right.
Look, Aunt Doris probably got her own thing going on.
Probably bringing her boo.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, before we get off topic with that, let's just talk about one more.
Let's go to two more because two, believe it or not, this is very high. Masturbation, evidently. Just about all of our viewers masturbate.
Well,
no, I may, or maybe not. But on the same token, y'all had a lot to say.
Right.
You had a lot to say about masturbation as well
more
as
masturbated than we thought.
Yeah. You know, really, and safe sex, and that was happy news to us because you know, we cannot be out there acting like it's 1963. Yeah.
But I think too. Especially with women loving women, we feel like there's no reason to be safe, and there's always a reason to be safe. You can come in contact with a woman who's been out there before and has got something, and you know, done passed it to you or whatever the case may be. Yeah. So it doesn't really matter because I know when you look at the data on that, it just looks like it's lower when it comes to two women that are together with sexually transmitted diseases and stuff like that, but it's out there.
It is, and not as much among people who have been lesbian all their life and with fewer partners. But some of us out there, like I say, we're having sex like stuff don't matter, and neglecting to have the conversation when you're getting ready to to be engage and have sex with this woman that how much do you know about her, and how can you not have that conversation? You know, male, female, in between. Women do very intimate acts.
Absolutely.
We all do.
You don't even know what they're, especially if y'all not having a conversation and the person you're dealing with, they may be bi. We're not getting on that, but I'm just saying where, both sex are coming into play, or different sex or whatever. But yeah, you gotta have the conversation and know who you're with in order to even try to take precaution.
Right, and even asking the question doesn't mean that you're going to get an honest answer, but at least you know you have asked it, and because a person, somewhere in that moment, somewhere between the, getting up and the getting down and moving around, you make up your own mind on whether you choose to believe what this person told you or not. Yeah. Well, it's simple as that.
As they say, take universal precaution and just hook yourself up regardless of what the person tells you.
Yeah, so we could do the next 5, but we won't. But we just wanted to, catch our breath in February and just saying we know we've covered a lot of topics, and we wanted to give you all some feedback of what some of the rest of y'all are talking about and feeling about and responding to. Yeah. Now, if there's some particular subjects you want us to address, entertain, talk about, have our own conversation about, give us a holler like you've been, because y'all not shy. Exactly. Say you need to talk about. But you were going to say something, sweetie.
No, I was just going to pretty much say, and, Love Day is coming up.
That's February Valentine's 14th. Day. Yeah.
So, what y'all doing?
Yeah.
We ain't got no plans.
Wait a minute.
We trying to make plans. We just don't want to go out. It's just so much going on. So I suggested the movies, but I don't know if that's going to go because wifey was like, no, we don't know.
We don't know. We're going to do something because we don't wait. I know I don't. But we don't wait till Valentine's Day to show each other how much we love and appreciate. And we buy flowers for no reason.
I think it's a fictitious holiday, but we're not going to get into that.
Don't start it. Don't kill my buzz about Valentine's Day. And when you do take the time to acknowledge somebody, and I don't mean somebody you're trying to hit on and get with, when you take the time just to acknowledge somebody and just to say, well, here's I'm not asking you to be my Valentine, but happy Valentine's Day to you. Give them a flower, a card, or, piece of chocolate candy, whatever it is, but just saying it and just saying, I'm thinking of you. And it makes their day. So as I say that, I'm sending out at least 6 packages this year just to say, happy Valentine to the people who may not have a Valentine's.
Yeah.
And, but then, me, I love love. That's who I am.
Yes.
So covering those topics that we've done, we like I say, we just wanted to give you guys some straight feedback on what other people are thinking, and a lot of us are thinking the same things.
Yes.
So
yes.
we try to keep it within a reasonable amount of time. I think we've done it. Until next time, go on and be you.
Wishing you all the very best of all good things. Stay safe and stay woke.